request for Mary White, who joins us in studio today. Blind Faith there. Jody is with family for a couple of days. In other words, she'd rather be here.
She's not taking time off.
She sent a bunch of her girlfriends in to come sit in for her, which is good. And that's her way of feeling that it would take 6 people to replace her.
Well, that was my thought, Bob. I'm thinking Jody is so valuable that you have to get like all the media people in Seattle to replace her.
I'm sure she'd agree. So welcome, Mary. Mary White was on the show recently. She's well known for having worked alongside Charlie Brown and Ichabod Kane, and many of you remember her from The Wolf, where she worked with Fitz. Mary is teaching people how to... You didn't put his name down here. You don't like to say his name that much, do you?
Not really. It's like Voldemort, really.
He who shall not be named.
That's it.
By the way, no one tweets like Fitz or social messages. He is every 5 minutes
Prolific.
with the selfies. Yeah, he's really into his own self a lot, isn't he?
This is
Mary's
me not
gonna
talking.
comment.
Not talking.
You know, I like people who are into themselves. So,
Well, you got to be. I mean, to want to entertain.
that's right.
You know.
Mary is teaching people how to cook with cannabis. That's part of her business these days. Also, just to cook, period. She's a great chef. You can find out more about her by taking a class at her website, thepantryraid.com. Mary White, thanks for joining us. A lot of stuff to cover in the next half hour. Mary's going to tell you her way of dyeing Easter eggs, new rules for Easter, and then her anniversary with Tony. She's been with for 14 years, which apparently is a record.
Oh, damn straight it's a record.
Straight for you to be with one person. Yes. Usually she's with 2 people at once.
No, Bob.
I didn't know you were French. That's so cute.
She's cut down to one
time
person.
ago.
Wow.
That's your boyfriend, right?
Pretty much.
Not husband.
Oh, no, I don't do that anymore.
She doesn't do husbands.
14 years, that's longer than people keep husbands.
Well, I think in
for.
this state they'll give you half his stuff anyway at this point.
At
right?
this
You've
point, at
co-mingled.
14 years,
Yeah.
I think so.
No?
Not community property.
No.
No, and I had 2 other husbands, Joe, but, you know, they didn't last so much.
Yeah.
Shovel in a bag of lime. That'll cure most problems, won't it?
Were they into taking lots of selfies of themselves, too?
Well, that was, we didn't have that technology in the olden times.
True.
Yeah.
You just had to be narcissistic, old-fashioned way.
That's true.
All right, so let's get back to this. Waiter gives great service. You might give him a great tip, but there's other things that waiters do besides great service to get you to tip more than 20%. What are some of the tricks? 1, I don't believe this works, but it's on the list. Wear red.
That makes sense.
They say that men tip female waitresses who are wearing red way more. Why?
Well, red it just gets your juices flowing and makes you excited.
Passionate color.
Yes, right.
I should tell my juices.
Not flowing, Bob?
Well, I haven't talked to them about red. They seem to work when needed, but here's another thing. Waitresses will get a bigger tip if they crouch next to your table.
Oh, sure.
I've noticed some of that. So leaning in almost, I wouldn't say uncomfortably so, but...
Now that's just another way to flirt, right?
Right.
Is that what's flirting?
and that's what it's all about, I think.
Crouching brings them down to your level on an eye, and actually sometimes even puts them below your level, as opposed to looking up at them. That gives you a feeling of superiority. Everybody enjoys that.
Huh.
Sure. And then they're kind of more like your buddy, too.
Right.
You ever been a waitress?
Oh, honey, yes. I have served.
You got to serve somebody.
Well,
where were you a waitress at, Mary White?
Oh, Lord. Let's see. In Tacoma for quite a while at a couple different spots when I lived down there.
Like you're going to thank God it's Friday someplace you're going to mention? No? Was it ever a chain that's still in business?
No. No.
These would be just dives that
Pretty much
gone on to the health department to shut them down. Okay.
I want $1.25 for the cigarette machine. Go. Yeah. I love that joint.
And when you were a waitress, what was your age range then?
Oh.
I don't want to do any math or anything.
Okay. Let's say late teens, early 20s.
Oh, okay. The hot years.
Yeah, honey.
The super hot years.
And the bending over.
The cleavage years.
Boobage kids. Get them out there.
And did you know that, you figured out how to get more tips.
Well, I think it's almost just automatic. I mean, and you're so busy trying to remember the drink orders, and if you happen to show them your boobs, it's helpful,
Okay.
but for the most part, you just got to work.
Now, when you say show them, you mean hint at them with the
just,
cleavage.
yeah. You don't want to.
Actually, no, you just
I
did that
know.
thing where she
Hold
pulled
on.
her dress
Let me
down.
grab some money. I just went in my pocket. I don't even know why. Here,
forgot.
$20 for you.
I forgot. Mary, write down just on a guest dossier, not shy.
Right.
Not shy.
Well done.
Mary, not shy.
Sorry.
Okay, crouch next to the table, wear red. If you wear something in your hair, supposedly as a waitress, you'll get better tips from both men and women because they like flowers, some other hair ornament. I've seen this one 1,000 times. Draw a smiley face on the check.
And then when they put their name on the check, that really helps too, because you're like, Cindy, I love you.
Little personalized message. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And a little smiley face.
Yeah.
It's nice. Did they teach, by the way, just like Ronald McDonald's University, do they teach this at waitress school?
Hamburger to you.
You know.
Do they have Waitrons at McDonald's?
They don't have Trons at the Mickey
No, but
D's,
I'm saying is there some sort of academy for waitressing?
I think most waitress training comes from staff that's on hand. They bring in the new person, show them the
I,
ropes of each
but I
particular
think
business.
this would be a cool like driving instructor school that you could start an institute for
Waitress U.
Waitress Institute of America, and you could quantify how many more tips they'll get and run them through the mill.
I think you'd have to call it servers, though, Bob. Waitress is a little, gender specific.
Waiter, waitress, yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
you have to
Wait
say
a minute.
server.
If you are female and you are bringing me food, you telling me you're not a waitress?
I'm thinking I'm a server.
You're not.
Doesn't why that sounds more demeaning.
It's
Waitresses
just
are hot. Servers are just in
servers.
shackles.
Yeah, but is your hotness the main part of being a
You
server?
just pulled down your breast.
Well, that's
for me
I'm
now.
being
They were the
pussy,
first.
baby.
They were
remembering
they were
it.
the first 3 clues on how to make more money.
Yeah.
Sex.
Mary, are you the same person 5 minutes ago that was like,
I'm your server.
and then how
These
can
are
you
the
do
twins.
that? How can you go, and then go, hey, don't call me a waitress?
Really,
I
it's
think-
demeaning.
No, but you can show your boobs and be a server.
Is S
You sure can.
Is S officially now sexist and demeaning in every because you can't have a stewardess anymore. You have a flight attendant.
Right.
You can't have a
At
waitress.
least they came up with an executive sounding position for
Right.
flight attendant. They didn't take stewardess and have her be Stewart.
Yeah. Seriously. Well, I mean, no, Joe's right, though. You're an actor now. All sexes are actors.
Yeah, you're not an actress anymore.
Yes, you are an actress. Oh, wait a minute. Best actor? Best actress.
Best
Those are the awards.
female actor in a leading or supporting
There
role.
you
Right.
go.
Oh, baloney.
Listen
Come
back to the
on.
Oscars,
Oh,
dude.
that's
True.
terrible. We're,
It's weird.
we're
Bob.
neutering America.
I know.
Doctors, Bob. Doctors are lawyers.
That's what's wrong with this country. It's an attack.
Oh, my
It's an
God.
attack on boobs.
I'm stuck
the
in a room
boobs
with
that made this country the country it is today.
old white guys.
When I would hire an illegal immigrant to do my house cleaning, what I would ask him is, well, let me see the twins.
Yeah.
Not those two in the closet. Keep them in the car while you're cleaning my house. I mean the twins.
Yeah.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
Here they are. Yeah.
All right.
That was fun.
There's 2 more here.
You can dance too, by the way.
If these some of these you waitress server people might not be willing to do, you will receive more tips, statistically proven, if you are a blonde. Period.
Okay. That's good.
Really?
Blondes are good.
And the other thing, and by the way, this really got my wife angry once, about 20 years ago, and I didn't even think anything of it at the time. We were at some lunch place, in some foofy, I don't know, it's like Leavenworth or someplace, but, someplace we go for a nice lunch. And the waitress, every time she came over to the table, she would touch me. She would put her hand on my shoulder or something. And at first I thought, oh, that's weird. But then I just, some people are show busy, like they hug everybody, they touch everybody, and it's just, they're feely, touchy people. They don't mean anything about it. They're not making a pass at you.
Right.
They just do it. And Lisa, by the way, she just like, and meanwhile, I found myself like, I better tip her. really good because she's obviously that desperate. She's got to touch everything.
He's made the contact.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a
Poor
gateway to touching
gateway.
more for
Right.
even more desperate to feed her children.
Now, was she touching Lisa as well?
What do you mean?
Like, was she interacting with Lisa the same way she was with you?
I think that I think she was. Frankly, she was touching everything in the place that had a pulse.
She had a thumb in your food. She had her hands on
No,
your
but she was
neck.
just. No, but you know what I mean. Some people are super huggy touchy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she did. And Lisa would like if you touched Lisa, like the hairs went up, like you had just charged her up with 8,000 volts.
Wow.
And anyway, I
Exciting.
remember that she never wanted to go back there.
Oh, okay.
It was so that the touching thing can backfire.
If you touch the wrong person.
Or too much. Yeah, too
Yeah.
much.
But as a weight person,
Good, Bob. Good.
Server. You're almost there. Server.
Look at his face.
I know. Adorable.
gender non-neutral. Scientists did this study in the customers who got touched on the shoulder or hand for 1 second. When the check came, tipped more. And by the way, they just in this study, they just had the person 1 second was the rule, shoulder or hand.
Just enough, just a
just
quick
a-
little contact.
I like it. It
Did
makes
you do
sense.
that? Do you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
So much you did. Mary White is with us. All right, Mary, your stories today. You have now, and we've talked about your chef skills. This is the week. It's Easter Sunday is coming up,
Yes.
and people are dyeing Easter eggs, which is. You're not striking me as the super pontificating Christian religious type, but you just like dyeing Easter eggs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Martha Stewart and all of us, even you. Do you think Martha's cool? By the way, she's an outrageous gal when you get her unleashed. I think.
You know, Martha used to piss me off because
come?
she had that whole perfection deal going on. Like, I know how to do all
acted
these
like
things. and-
everything was perfect. Yes.
Right. And we all know that that's not true.
Prison changes that in a person.
Prison changes that. And now I'm kind of like right on Martha, you know,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
love
yeah?
the fact that
Prison actually helped her image, didn't it?
absolutely, because she became more normal, you know.
She's got to be 70 something
She's
now.
72.
And she,
Yeah, and still hot, by the way.
have you seen
in
the
my
pictures
opinion.
of her from her 30s when she was modeling still? Thunderbolt.
Hot.
Yeah,
Good
I
looking
think
woman.
she's a hot 70-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right,
me up in ribbons.
dyeing Easter
That's a
eggs.
good
Do,
thing.
do you have a new way of dyeing Easter eggs? You know, people say, first off, one good thing about dyeing Easter eggs, as opposed to St. Patrick's Day stuff, is you don't eat the food coloring on the Easter eggs, so you can have at it with any color, right? Yes. Because eating food coloring is considered one of the worst things you can eat.
Oh, yeah, that red is bad
Yeah.
for you.
So, what's your way of dyeing Easter eggs?
Well, my way of dyeing Easter eggs is call my boyfriend's daughter, have her come over. She's super arty, like crafty, really, really good at stuff, and have her do it. And just ply her with champagne.
That's my way of gardening and doing stonework and building. Yeah, is
Yeah,
to call
have an
someone in.
image and then have them come over.
So
and
you're
handle
having
it.
an Easter egg dyeing party, which you're inviting someone to do it for you. That's a good way to go.
Yeah.
What does she do?
Molly works at Ben Bridge. You know, your friends in the diamond business, and she's really smart, but she's got that art gene, which I don't have, you know, and to be able to make stuff with your hands, I love that. So she was like all over them damn Easter eggs, and as soon as she was done, I let her have dinner, which is cool.
Will you and Tony have a giant bowl of Easter eggs dyed as a display in the home? How do you?
Well, this year, Bob. See, when the kids grow up, it's a little different. You got to figure out a different way to get the same
Right.
happy deal going on. So our new rule is we're going to hide all the eggs, and people have names on their eggs. And when you find your egg, then you can start drinking. But you cannot have
Rule
it.
for the kids.
Yes.
How old are these kids?
30.
Oh, okay.
So-
That's fine.
Nice. That's really smart.
So that's,
it's an adult Easter egg hunt.
absolutely.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And where would the eggs? Where would they be hidden?
Probably in the house, like in the cupboard or where, you know. You
Out
only
of
have
sight or just?
To, oh, no, we're hiding them.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're
In the
really
medicine
hidden.
cabinet behind the Vicodin. Yeah.
You got to work for your
Will
eggs.
people find stuff they shouldn't be finding in your house, or you were
No,
pretty open about everything?
They all know where everything
Okay.
is. It's
Found your neck massager.
Where are those puppies? Oh, they're right here. Okay.
There's your egg.
Yep.
Well, that's fun. An adult Easter egg party.
Yeah.
And is that one of your new ways of celebrating Easter?
Yes, yeah. Because, I mean, a lot of us we're not necessarily religious, but we love to celebrate the changing of the seasons, So I love spring. Some people in the family, are Christians, so they love Easter. We just celebrate, It's a big old party. But you can't drink till you find your egg. That's the new rule.
Did you know you got some of that dye in your hair when you were dyeing them yesterday?
That's her fashion.
Oh,
It's my
what she does.
thing, Joe.
I like it actually. That is, it is
You know,
a beautiful
Joe, you
kinda-
should take the gray part of the sides.
Do
and
it
Go
pink,
red with that.
go
and
a
do
little pink.
Kind of a bozo thing. Let it
I
grow
could
out.
see you with some turquoise would be good on you, Joe. By the way, I want to tell you and Spike looking good.
Yeah, they've
I mean,
lost over 20 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
you can
working on
really tell.
Thanks.
Thank you. We're
Guys are kind
trying.
of hot, kind of cute.
I have actually. I've got something.
So what you found your egg at 4 this morning, you started drinking. That's what I'm.
And you and
figuring
Tony have been together for 14 years. Is this your anniversary?
Monday is our anniversary.
Monday is your anniversary.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got something that was given to my daughter. Mary may be the only person who can help me answer this question. If we've got time, I'll tell you a quick story. We were down in California at Disneyland, and then we went to Universal Studios, and we're at the big Waterworld show at Universal Studios, and we had good seats. Well, this little, I think she's Chinese, an older lady sits next to my daughter, kind of squeezes in. I look over, and there's this lady sitting next to my daughter, and she's like putting her hand on her leg and taking a selfie with her and smiling and talking to her and everything. And I walk away. I said, man, that lady really seemed to like you. She says, yeah, it was weird. And she said, and she gave me something. And I said, what did she give you? And she gave her this. And I've been trying to figure out what it is. And maybe Mary can help. Look at this and see what you think it is.
I know
that
what
a
that is.
chicken foot?
Yeah, I think
That's
it's
a chicken foot. Those are delicious.
It's a chicken foot.
Yeah, dude.
Is that a
Whoa,
chicken
but
foot?
what a creepy lady.
I know. She just gave that to Emily. It's like, here.
It's like you would get a pickle
Right.
at a convenience store
Right.
in a plastic thing, only it's
a flippin'
it's the
chicken
foot of a chicken.
I've only seen these deep
Is it
fried.
pickled?
Okay,
Really?
is that what that is? Because I
Oh,
wasn't sure.
God, yes, that's a damn chicken
Put that up
foot.
on Facebook,
Wow.
Pedro.
Hang
Well,
on.
and it's all Chinese.
all written in
I
Chinese?
assume it's Chinese writing. I don't know, but if somebody could interpret what the heck that says.
Now, Mary doesn't actually. The rumor that Mary knows how to speak Chinese is because she smokes so much pot and her eyes get all.
Well, she's a food person.
Look at
so,
you. You can read that.
Yeah, she doesn't actually speak Chinese.
Yeah, we may need
God.
somebody that actually can read Chinese. But I would love to know what this lady is. This a good luck sign, or is this
Well,
a here?
this
I'm
is
in.
Is
This
she
looks like a
cursed for
snack.
life?
But they're delicious. I mean, you've had them in dim sum, yeah?
No.
No.
Okay.
Chicken
we're
feet.
all
You,
like, no.
Do you actually eat the
Oh,
feet
yeah,
and
they're
bite on the
delicious.
bone and
Yeah.
everything?
They're really good.
Eric,
but
you chew the bone?
Well, it's about the seasoning. It's the sauce that really makes it. And the texture is what you get from the foot itself. It's not like you have a lot of meat on it. per se.
Is there a bone in there though?
well, there's like cartilage, right?
And you spit that out.
Or swallow it. Whatever. But this looks like it might be pickled.
Chinese lady gave.
That is
Man.
the freakiest
Yeah, I mean
thing.
it was a real random thing. And it's like,
You're right. This even feels
I'm
bad.
pretty sure it's a chicken.
I
foot.
know it's a chicken foot.
Text us at 52309. Did something weird happen there, or is that just a cultural kindness that any Chinese grandmother
Right.
would
Should Joe
bestow
be
on a
freaked
kid
out
at
or
a
on?
Disney
Yeah,
ride?
yeah.
Yeah, and I think Emily's going to be in her scrapbook when she gets home. I mean, it seemed like a friendly interaction, but I'm really not sure.
756.
You're so skinny. Eat the foot.
Coming up, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Wow. Nirvana is inducted. Many interesting things happened. We will recount some of them for you. The videos and audio that are available are not authorized at this point, so I don't know if we have high-quality recordings, but Joan Jett got on stage and sang with Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Joan Jett has now officially become adopted into Seattle music folklore. In fact, Joan Jett is coming to town to play with Heart in a benefit for orca whales.
Coming back to town. She was just here a couple weeks ago,
She was
right?
just here
Yeah.
last month. She is coming back. It's going to be Graham Nash, Joan Jett, Heart,
Oh, man.
and a whole bunch of other people. And by the way, not a lot of people know about this because it's
wanna go.
a benefit. It's at EMP, and there are still tickets
Nice.
available.
Okay.
So go to the EMP box office and get tickets to this. I'll give you more information. Some of the artists are going to be on our show this week. Ann Wilson of Heart, We'll be talking to her on Thursday.
Oh, she is the best.
We expect to talk to Joan Jett about what it was like to be on stage in the Nirvana induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we expect Country Joe on the show.
The Country Joe
The
McDonald?
Country Joe and the Fish?
Country Joe and the Fish.
Oh, man.
So a big week to commemorate. And this is going to be as just as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was last week, for Seattle, this is going to be a historic musical event at the EMP. More details are coming up. Up next, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mary,
Bob,
always great to see you.
great to see you, young man.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling me young. 7:57, we'll be back.